My fiance has 2 boys, and one of my lifetime dreams was to build a treehouse. The thought was to build this kind of thing that felt a little bit like a bird's nest. It's just kind of coming up out of the limbs and have really the tree be part of the treehouse and the treehouse be part of the tree. The way it's kind of designed is there's no bolts or rods that go through any of the major limbs. It's all just suspended by these chains, the whole thing is. And it sits on 3 major beams, this one, and then this one that goes across here. And then I just built a platform on top of it. And so all the weight of the house itself is resting on the platform, instead of screwing into individual limbs here and there. That way I didn't have to go through any of the limbs with any steel. It's about 90% recycled materials. All the siding is old fence boards, redwood fence boards. The windows came from a demolition of a project I was working on. The few things that we bought were things like fasteners, the chain.
It's that easy to find things.
Well, it's because of the industry that I'm in. There's always a surplus of construction materials at the end of a job, always. The original idea was to build a tree fort for the boys. And then as it kind of evolved, I got a little bit obsessed, putting in glass windows and making it more and more like a house.
Yeah, it's a nice hideout, especially, you know, being a mom to 2 raucous boys. You know, I go up here for a little space sometimes and read in quiet. And yeah, I'm calling it teahouse, treehouse. We have tea up here for you if you like.
Got some Emperor's Puer. I think there's some chamomile, gunpowder green. And also the boys weren't spending a lot of time in it, so we just kind of started spending more time in it instead, making it more for us instead of for them. It's like our staycation house. I like that you're up elevated, and yet with this case, and as I think in most cases of most trees, you're hidden. You're in the canopy. And so you feel like you've got this secret little place, yet you can see all around.
And Halloween, it became the haunted treehouse, and we had lights and spooky sounds and decorating it. And
we lured candy to unsuspecting kids with our little pulley system here that we've got.
It's amazing when people walk by on the sidewalk and don't notice it, but their kids will look up and be like, "Mommy, look!" And they're like, "Oh my gosh!"
It was really important that we kept the canopy of the tree. In order to maintain that, we couldn't really cut out too many limbs. And I kind of wanted the tree to kind of go in and out of the tree house because it adds to the flavor of it. And the light. It's so amazing, the stippled light as it filters through the trees. That's why we wanted to put the skylight in, is so you could get that amazing stippled light that comes only through trees.
Do you like being up in the tree?
Yeah. Except if I'm in the tree house, I'm not really afraid, but for some reason when I'm climbing the tree, I have a small bit of fright from the height. It looks exactly like a boat. It looks like if you just took apart the captain's part of the boat and just put it onto a tree, then that's this.
So it's like the captain's cabin.
Yeah, except it's stuck in a tree.
I used to build boats. I've always loved boats, and so I thought I'd give it a nautical theme. The door is salvaged from an old barn that I took down, and this is from a set of a play that I designed. And I like the way that they rock in the wind like a boat does on the sea.
I actually come up here when it is windy because I love the feeling of being on a boat, and like being up here with it rocking. It's kind of this eerie feeling, or like, I grew up from the East Coast and they had thunderstorms and wild, rainstorms, and we don't have that here. So the wind is kind of the closest you get to that feeling, and being up in here with a book and feeling the whole place rock. It's just really something awesome about it.
There seems to be certain concentrations in different parts of the world at tree houses. I'm thinking that maybe there's more of this sort of thing where there's ample supply of forest and wood.
It's not, we did it with our kids over the years, and it's getting kind of old, but it's still standing.
And how did you build it?
Oh, just leftover stuff from jobs and things. Leftover wood,
Yeah.
Something I could do with the kids when they were growing up. Our kids used to sleep up in the night up there and stuff.
No.
It is high. We had to stop ourselves eventually.
Did you just keep going? Did you keep adding, or how did it work?
We added on, we kept adding. And see here, where the tree would grow around the supports. Have you seen this, Jay? Does your tree do that? Does your tree fork do that?
Not yet. We just built it. Come back to us in 20 years, maybe they'll do that.
Do you think there's something in the air here in Santa Cruz that there are a lot of tree houses?
There are, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just that renegade attitude, maybe. Just, I'm going to build something without a permit. Is that on film?
It is.
Because you don't need a permit,
Yeah.
do we?
Yeah, because it's not supposed to be a living structure.
You're right.
It's not a dwelling of any sort, so they're considered just playhouses.
It's hard.
How about a single? I think that there's a big treehouse movement happening right now. There's a resurgence, or maybe people are just becoming more aware of what you can do with any kind of a dwelling and where. There's much more intricate tree houses all over the place, and much larger. This is the space that we were given. I didn't really want to build a bigger tree house. We just wanted a little space where we could hang out. It's not totally finished and it's not totally sealed, which, we'll probably never do anyway. Having the experience of I think it brings you closer to the natural world when you're not just feeling the wind across your face or in your hair, but you're actually being rocked by it from a tree.
Do you think that maybe your mom sort of took over a little bit?
I don't know, but they do call it the teahouse treehouse, so they might.
Would you fancy a spot of tea?
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.